Learning for Family Life Education Programs promulgated by the Board of Education or Family Life Education Program consistent with the guidelines developed by the Board, which shall give the goals of reducing the incidence of pregnancy, sexually transmitted diseases, and substance abuse among teenagers. Any curriculum and material used must be evidence-based and supported by peer-reviewed medical research. The committee had a long discussion about the bill, and I think it would be fair for me to say that the intent of the bill is good. There was some concern, and we talked about the problems that's going to be for local school boards to do this, and family life education is a contentious issue in many communities and localities. But having said that, the committee recommended that the bill be reported, and I so moved.
The intention of the bill, Senator, is just to really help our kids make healthy choices. And I think one of the main factors, we talked about this at length, but actually some of the quality of life issues for unintended pregnancies, for sexually transmitted diseases, for domestic violence, those types of things. Just we talked about the importance of those accurate information. We also talked about the cost issues. We actually made a point, a premature infant of an unintended pregnancy in a hospital now. It's taken 25-week premature infant, about $1.5 million to just get them home from the hospital. So there's a cost issue to healthy choices. I guess the last thing, Senator, we just want to make sure that the information is accurate, and we discussed that the topic, or the discussion rather, should take place at home. We encourage that between parents and their child, but it's sometimes an awkward discussion to have. And with the bill helping the relationship between the students and the parents, we just hope that at the end of the day, if they're taught this information at school, that we'll open up discussions with their parents, for example, at home when they're sitting down at the dinner table. So and one last point I would make, and then I will stop. There was actually a question from Senator Blevins about statistically how many of the schools are actually providing this information. And I went back and as best I could, there was a tally. There are about 140 localities. 70 of them responded to the questionnaire, and about 10% of those either don't have family life education or they don't use the recommendations.
So for those here who would like to come forward in support, let's do support first. And again, statement's fine, but we're not going to get into a lot of testimony, just where the respective parties are on this bill. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, my name is Justin Halke, and I'm the Director of Public Policy for Planned Parenthood Advocates of Virginia, and we're here in support of the bill.
Thank you. And others. And I appreciate this, and I hope this is meant in a spirit of fairness so we can get a full viewing of where it all stacks up. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Chairman, Gina Boyle with the Virginia Sexual and Domestic Violence Action Alliance. We are also in support of the bill.
Thank you. Yes, please come forward.
Mr. Chairman, Catherine Greenhill with the Patricia M. Arnold Women's Rights Project of the American Civil Liberties Union. We are also in support of the bill.
Yes,
Mr. Chairman, my name is Karina Bell. I'm Vice President of Richmond Now, and I'm here in support of the bill.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Chairman. My name is Tarina Keene. I'm the Executive Director of Neighbor Out Pro-Choice Virginia, and we are also here in support of the bill.
Here, my name is Donald Lewis. I'm the Chairman of the Department of Pediatrics at Children's Hospital of King's Daughters and East Virginia Medical School, and representative of the Virginia AEP, and we strongly support this bill.
Thank you, sir. Others here who would like to be identified in support of your bill? Okay, how about those in opposition, if you would come forward?
I'm not sure with an opposition.
Well, they may have a contrary opinion, or to offer comment, whatever.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, Pat Lacy with the School Boards Association, there are two components to this bill. As I testified in the subcommittee, the component dealing with medically accurate, we certainly would prefer that medically inaccurate information not be given out. So it's hard to argue against being medically accurate in this. But the other aspect of this bill is that it makes family life education mandatory versus what's been in the law for a long time now. And as Senator Rothberg very eloquently pointed out, there are certain localities where the school board receives parental input, and this takes away the authority of the local school board to make a decision. So there are two aspects to it.
Thank you.
Tom Smith, Superintendent's Association. Comments along the same line as Mr. Lacy. We're just concerned this takes one option away from a local school board or local community that may have some very intense discussions. I've tried to moderate those discussions in my tenure in education, and there's some very deep feelings on both sides, and this takes one of those options away. That's our only concern. No concern with the first part of the bill.
And the bill is before us on a recommendation from the subcommittee that it be reported. Was there a second? Okay, thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of reporting Senate Bill 967 signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Can you record your noes clearly for the clerk? Okay. So the bill is reported on a vote of 11 to 4. Am I correct? Okay, thank you. I want to make sure we're right. Okay, Senator Blevins, thank you.